Let's play a game. Listen to the radio tonight, tonight, tonight. Fight the war in the way.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is SHAREfactory Deuces, and number 5 on my list is going to be the terrible network we have on PS4. Now, I know this has been thrown into the ringer a million times, so I'm gonna try not to take too long on it, but Harada and the team honestly need to take a good amount of time out and focus on straight network. The fact that we have had 2 updates and the network is still as bad as it is just not good. Every time I play online, I feel a delay in every match, and I'll have 5-bar matches, and it just doesn't feel smooth, and it's quite embarrassing when Tag 2 on the PS3 has a lot better connection than this game. And it also makes this game online like extremely harder, especially if you run a characters at Snake Edge, because you get into a fight with a Katarina and a Brian Fury, they do a Snake Edge, you'll block low, but the game will be lagging by like that little frame it's always lagging by, and the Snake Edge will hit. And if you guys know, getting hit by a Snake Edge by any character means big boy damage. So it's quite lame that you'll block it, but because of the terrible connection, it'll just go through no matter what. And that's honestly a huge reason why I hadn't been playing that much ranked on PlayStation 4. Anyways, let's move on to the 4th update. As for number 4 on our list, I just wanted to briefly talk about the customization in this game. To be honest, it's actually not that bad because a lot of characters have new gear, but it seems like they focused entirely on all the new characters when it came to costumes, and left some legacy characters like Martial Law, probably one of the easiest characters to play, but still one of my favorites from Tekken 4. We don't even have his karate gi, and that's actually quite insane to me. I mean, we do have, like, you know, some new stuff. You know, we have his detective stuff and some suits, but I could really care less about that. Like Martial Law, you know, he's not a suit wearing dude. He's a put the gi on and whoop your ass type of dude. That's who he is. You know, he's based on Bruce Lee, and we don't even have his gi in this game, and that's insane to me. And we're not even getting it in the first DLC. I've already seen the listings. We're getting Tekken Bowl and we're getting all that stuff, but we're not getting the gi, man. That's insanity to me, and we don't even have a way of making it. The closest thing we could really do is like put on the karate top and then just leave the regular bottoms on, and it honestly does not look good at all. Then, I mean, there's so many other costumes too. Like I hope they really go in with the legacy costumes on this game. Like there's no reason we should have only like 3 or 4 characters with old costumes. Like I want to see Kaz with a T4 fit. Kaz's T4 costume is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated costumes. Now he looks so Yakuza, so clean. Like, oh, I love it so much. As for that, I mean, everyone else pretty much just has like the same old stuff. Asuka has an immense amount of customization in this game. Jin got his T6 stuff back, which they took out of Tag 2 for some reason. The only thing I could really think of would be Dragunov's little pipe he has in T5, but that wasn't really that popular, so I see how they wouldn't bring that back. Anyways, let's move on to part 3. So 3rd on my list is going to be new characters and new moves. And I'm sorry to say this, like, I know the new characters were intended to be really easy, that way, you know, people could get into Tekken and, you know, get into it quickly, since Tekken's been called one of the more harder fighting games. But some of these new characters are a bit too ridiculous. Gigas is very fast for being so big and has a lot of striking power. He has a move where on counter hit it pushes you and takes about half of your health, and I'm not even kidding. Lucky Chloe is just another Xiaoyu. She does nothing but duck, and with one simple combo from her, she can take half of your health. Josie comes equipped with a butterfly edge, which is probably one of the best orbitals in the game, as well as her being probably the fastest character in the game. And then, of course, there's the new character that everyone knew I was going to talk about. Probably the exact reason why I made this number 3 in the first place, and that would be Claudio Sarah motherfucking Fino. Claudio is so broken, man, and you know he's broken when I can go into practice mode with him for 10 minutes and just start decimating. Like, it's not hard at all. The character has a 4442. His Superman punch is a fucking... It leaves them minus 8 million frames. Like, if they press a button after you just do 4442, like, if you just do a hop kick, and if they press a button, the hop kick is gonna hit. The hop kick is probably the... No, not probably. It is the best in the game. And then when he has Starburst, he's almost unstoppable with down 2-2 that he can launch off of, a launchable low. Just damn, man. Like, Claudio is equipped with everything. And on top of that, we even have some new moves that are kind of ridiculous, such as King's rolling grab, I guess? And it takes literally 60% of your health. So, yeah, just think about that one for a second. Let's just move on to number 2. As for number 2 on my list is something I've wanted. I thought they would have fixed in the main game. I always saw it in FR and I thought it was lame, but it's still here and it's still fucking lame. And that's the Rage Drive being, you know, it actually requires an input. There's no shortcut for it like there is for the Rage Art. It makes no sense that the Rage Drive can be power crushed. That makes, like, I'm sorry, like, the Rage Drive not only takes some hard inputs depending on the character, and also costs you your rage, but it can be beat out by a simple and free power crush. That makes no sense to me. That needs to be fixed immediately. To me, that's a problem in the core game. Like, in my opinion, the Rage Drive should be the top thing in the game. Like, it should be able to even crush through Rage Arts. But I know they're not going to do that because they want the Rage Art to be the big hoo-ha of this game. So, you know, just as long as we can get it more powerful than a Power Crush, then, you know, I'm fine with that. It's just, that's really wrong that a Power Crush beats out a Rage Drive. That makes no sense to me, and it honestly, unless you're in a, you know, unless you use it as a combo enhancer, it honestly makes the Rage Drive almost useless. Anyways, let's move on to number 1 on my list. So I kind of foreshadowed it a bit in the second one, but my biggest problem with this game is the Rage Art as a whole. Now, of course, I know people are instantly gonna say, oh, you can bait it out, oh this, oh that. Of course you can bait it out, but that's only when it comes to lower rank play. When it goes up to the higher ranks, you see it a lot less, but you also have people that know exactly when to time it, you know. Like, you go for a jab for pressure, as soon as you go for that jab, they hit R3, which is the button I use for my Rage Arts, or, you know, whatever, you know, the center button's R1, whatever. You just click R3 and you just crush straight through my jab and did a whole bunch of damage to me, and, you know, 80% of the time you just won the entire round, and, you know, you also probably just won the entire match off of just pressing one simple R3. I don't believe it's a cool function, honestly. It just makes, you know, the end of the round, you know, what's supposed to be like, you know, the most hype part of the round, it just makes it into a stress fest. And then when the round ends with a Rage Art, it just doesn't, it feels cheap. Like, it doesn't feel like a victory. But of course, you know, kids nowadays, they don't care about, you know, they don't care about having fun. They just care about the W. And at the end of the day, I see why, you know, at the end of the day, the only thing that really matters is the W. But it just takes a lot of the fun out of the game for me. And especially the kids, you know, of course, you know, the kids that use it a lot, you can start, you know, baiting it out, and of course you'd have to read your opponent, but just the fact that it's in the game period, and as soon as you're about to win the match, you have to get, like, so cautious about it, it honestly takes a huge portion of the fun out for me. But I'm still going to be playing this game, and this game is still awesome, and I would recommend it to anyone, but these are just 5 simple problems I have with the game, and I would like to hear what problems you guys have with the game. Do you guys agree with me about the characters, the online, you know, just the rage art just taking a huge portion of fun out of the game for you? Tell me down in the comments below. Anyways, this has been SH6 Deuces, and I'll talk to you guys next time.